Thousands of people have rallied calling for free and fair elections in Malaysia's capital. Police fired water cannon and tear gas at what the government called the illegal demonstration in Kuala Lumpur. Authorities tried to prevent the protests going ahead by putting up barricades and roadblocks. Hamish MacDonald was there.
This is democracy, Malaysian style. Riot police surrounded the protesters and moved in with water cannons, dumping their chemical load. The police have just sprayed chemicals on the entire crowd. This was, until a few moments ago, an entirely peaceful protest, but they've just come along and sprayed chemicals into the faces of hundreds and hundreds of protesters. Thousands ran into Masjid Jamek, one of Malaysia's most historic mosques. They screamed for open democracy and emerged again, defiant.
Do you think the people are afraid of the authorities?
They are not afraid. That I can assure you.
Defiance was met by shots of tear gas. This rally was organised to demand free elections, a contentious issue in this country, which has had one party in power since independence. That ruling party, UMNO, said the protest was illegal.
Of course, if there is a clash, and then of course people will not be very happy. But it's the thing that we try to avoid. That's why we say that if you want to have, we have a gathering, get a police permit.
Elections are widely expected to be held early next year, but today Malaysia's democratic values were truly tested. Hamish MacDonald, Al Jazeera, Kuala Lumpur.
Well, earlier, my colleague Kamal Santamaria spoke to opposition leader and former Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia, Anwar Ibrahim. He began by asking why the opposition had gone ahead with the rally despite the government ban.
We have exhausted all avenues, appeals, submissions, memorandums to the Election Commission, but the fraudulent practices continue, vote rigging continue, and thousands of phantom voters identified. So the public has been given no option but except to present their case to the public and the memorandum to the King.
Which is, as I understand, what you were trying to do today, get a memorandum to the King. What was in that, and did you actually successfully deliver it?
Just a call. After 50 years of independence, we are calling for free and fair elections. No fraudulent practices, no vote rigging, no cheating. How can you talk about Islam Hadari, democratic state, when cheating and vote rigging is condoned by the Prime Minister and the entire cabinet?
So tell me more about these fraudulent practices that you're talking about. You say vote rigging. What about other fraudulent...
We have identified, Kamal, yes, we have identified thousands of phantom voters per constituency. We have adduced this evidence and facts to show that in a small constituency, hundreds of voters ranging from 100 to 120 years old, which is just silly. I mean, it doesn't make sense at all. But there was no action from the part of the authorities and the Election Commission, working, in fact, to the contrary, at the behest of the UMNO political leaders to continue to cheat and continue with their vote rigging.
The people who protested today, they numbered in their thousands by all accounts. A big number, obviously, but in the grand scheme of things, in Kuala Lumpur, in the whole country, do they represent the majority, do you think?
I believe they represent the majority. The number was not small. The Prime Minister came out with a very strong warning, don't challenge my authority. But what about vote rigging? What about constitutional mandate of free and fair elections? Now, the number just in front of the palace ranged 30 to 40,000. There were thousands others, sprinters, groups all over the city. There were hundreds of buses blocked from coming into Kuala Lumpur. There were thousands of others. And I believe, given an opportunity to express themselves, hundreds and thousands, even millions are prepared to come down and just register peacefully. It's amazing. The entire procession was very peaceful, except that incident where the police were very harsh and ruthless against peaceful protesters near the mosque.
So absolutely peaceful. You're saying you were completely unprovoked in this today?
Well, I was there in this vicinity of the palace. I was in the delegation with the Democratic Action Party, Islamic Party, and the Bersih coalition of NGOs presenting the memorandum to the Secretary of the King. But we were, of course, thankful to the fact that some police personnel, other than this particular incident, were quite restrained in their moves, and we did cooperate with them. Immediately after the memorandum was submitted, we said we will disperse peacefully, and we did precisely that.